Hello and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic and our Sith Warrior light side playthrough. So we have two story mission objectives in this base and they're just to talk to people. So it's absolutely fantastic. We get to just, randomly walk up to them and go, "Hello, I'm the Sith Warrior that you've heard about."
I am here. Let the war begin.
Yes, time is of the essence. Lieutenant Pierce, Captain Quinn, bring my apprentice up to speed on our enemy's activity.
Yes, my lord, it's a fairly complex situation.
General Ferrer, the War Trust's most senior member, is garrisoned in a fortified wing of the Republic's main base. He's got a huge army protecting him. More reinforcements on the way. We're outnumbered 8-1.
My lord, the lieutenant's statistics are inexact, but the general thrust is sound. The numbers favor Ferrer, but there are ways around that.
Does Lieutenant Pierce rub you the wrong way, Quinn?
I'm sure it's just a product of his enthusiasm. Now, to maximize our chances, we must coordinate 3 simultaneous strikes. One will destroy the base's power station. Another will sabotage its spaceport force field to thwart any reinforcements. And the last will force the conscripted regiments of Ferrer's army to flee.
That sounds simple enough.
Quinn will coordinate from the base, and you will lead the frontline offensive. Beyond that, decide how to assign your men. Goodbye.
I'm the best choice for frontline work. You need a soldier.
I disagree. If the frontal assault isn't handled correctly, your route into the command center will be clogged with run-over battlefield soldiers. In my opinion, Jaisa should join you. She can use her power to see into the hearts of the enemy and identify the insecure ranks.
Suit up, Lieutenant. I want to see you in action firsthand.
Whatever you wish, my lord. That leaves Vet and Jaisa for the power station demolition and spaceport sabotage. If the traps and mines that protect the power station aren't circumvented in time, you'll be under constant turret fire inside the Republic base.
Vet, clear the way so the power station can be destroyed.
Child play.
Unless Jaisa is able to lock the spaceport force field, Ferrer's reinforcements will arrive in time to fight you inside the base.
I will try to figure out the Republic's system swiftly, my lord.
Assaults have been assigned, my lord. Once you've cleared the way on the front, invade General Ferrer's command center at will.
Let's get this war started. My lord, any final words for the troops?
Today, we fight as one. I believe in every one of you. Join me in victory.
If that doesn't inspire, nothing will.
Good luck, my lord. I'll be coordinating the attacks via Hollow.
Don't worry, Captain. The real soldiers have got this one.
Aha. Wait a minute. Did I make a mistake right here? Yeah. I thought as much. Yeah. Okay, so this is obviously another one of those times. It's not really a major mistake by any means. It's a very minor inconvenience, all things considered. But I'm just going to speak about this for 15 seconds or so. Basically, they worded it so that it sounded like we were all gonna kind of go into different areas, and I thought I was just picking people to go to those areas and do that thing, and I thought I was just gonna get my default companion and then go with Jaisa to go and do whatever we were supposed to do. But obviously, I misinterpreted that, or misunderstood, and the wording of the conversation was a little bit weird, shall we say. Anyway, no excuses, my mistake, but we'll just have to deal with Lieutenant Pierce for the moment.
Lord Shathin at your service. I was relieved to hear you'll be leading our assault. If your command of the force is any indication, this will be a proud day for all Sith. Darth Gravis, your friend has arrived.
You've performed well. Taris is scarred. The Republic's support weakened. I trust you're ready to deliver the killing blow.
How do you plan on breaking the Republic?
We will crush the Republic reconstruction and the Jedi responsible. Thanks to you, they're cornered in their base. Their final sanctuary on Taris.
And soon to be their tomb. Don't worry, Gravis. I'll tear down their base, then soak Taris with Republic blood.
I was hoping you'd grace us with your presence.
Come closer and I'll grace you with my lightsaber.
THANA, I knew you'd come running at the first scent of blood. Unfortunately, the base's approach is infested with Republic forces. They're blocking our army's advance.
Rain bombs on their heads.
They're shielded. Only close combat will work.
Shields or not, I want them pulverized.
Without their defenses, THANA can catch the Republic forces off guard.
Break the machines if you want. I'm more of a blood and bruises woman.
Clear the battlefield, then we'll hit the Republic base and finally drive them off Taris.
You know, I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what's going to happen here. Obviously, not with the Sith Warrior story so much now because we have PS with us. I'm not a, I'm gonna say I'm not a big fan of his, to be honest. I feel like he's a fine companion. You know, he's a fine companion. Definitely not a favorite, but he is definitely fine. You know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He is indeed a hardened soldier, forged in battle, but from my perspective, personally, I prefer a number of others. And I mean, let's face it, if I wasn't planning on, you know, like romancing Jacer or whatever, I'd probably not be having her with me all the time either, because I'm basically just trying to earn approval with her, learn what she likes and doesn't like, and so on and so forth, and just to kind of see how she reacts to certain situations, because I think that's interesting. But when it comes to Pierce, not so much. But yeah, anyway, THANA is actually quite funny, as you could quite clearly tell. She, I find it, I don't know, maybe it's going to be kind of amusing to see what actually happens with that, because basically what I'm trying to see right now is if a light side Sith Warrior can shall we say, cultivate a somewhat romantic connection with a blatantly dark side character, NPC. I think that's actually kind of interesting. Maybe you don't, I don't know, maybe you don't think that's interesting. I think that's interesting because we do get the opportunity to then see a vast dichotomy between the two, right? It's literally going to be, you know, someone that is doing whatever they can to be as peaceful as possible, and another person that is doing whatever they can to absolutely murder every single thing. Highly, highly unlikely that that is even going to be... that's probably not even going to be applicable. That's probably not even going to be compatible. But who knows? Maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. Level 61. What is a level 61 doing here? I have no idea. I don't want to steal that from this guy. He wants to do this quest, right? I'm going to assume he wants to do this quest. Does he? Do you want to do that? See, that's the thing. I'm trying to make sure that I don't steal stuff from him, because he probably, I mean, I'm going to assume that he's already done this, right? Because he's 61. There's no way he needs to do this actual quest, right? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Because I know that from previous experience, whenever you interact with something, a quest objective or something like that, usually what will happen is it will despawn from the world. It will become uninteractable. And then, you know, another person can't actually interact with it until, you know, it gets, you know, reset or whatever. And I didn't really want to take that from this guy because he basically cleared out the entire area. He's doing insane damage right now. Alright, so we're into General Ferrer's base, and here's the Sith Warrior phase.
All alert. The enemy is sighted. Sith, you are massively outnumbered. You will not invade General Ferrer's headquarters. Turn away at once.
Captain says there are conscripted soldiers who will run if we push. Any plan for figuring out where the weak link is? .
Flee now, or prepare for the end, worms. You will know no mercy in battle.
No one moves! Maintain your ranks or suffer a court-martial!
Take the court-martial and live. This is your last warning.
Captain Grummel, your conscripts are getting antsy. Straighten your ranks!
Men, stand firm. We have our payment and our pride, and we will bring the Republic to victory.
What good is wealth if you are dead, Grummelt?
My men may not be patriots, but they are gamblers. Give the command, Major. We're ready to fight.
The command is given. All attack!
Okay, apparently I was not very persuasive at all. Okay, well, there you go. I guess that's just how it goes. Unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to avoid being super aggressive, but this kind of makes me wonder, what would have happened actually if we had Jason with us right here? I feel like... Wait a minute. Can I actually... I can't abandon this, right? I can't abandon this and actually like restart it? Wait, let me just see for a real quick second. I can reset it, but I don't think I can abandon it, right? Because if I were to reset it and abandon, do you think I could... Let me just see what happens. Go to the crater command base, which is all the way back there. Okay, wait a minute. We might actually be able... Okay. We might actually be able to get Jason with us this time. I'm going to select Jason this time, and we're going to see what happens differently. I think this is very interesting. I'm sorry if we have to go through all of that stuff again, but I think it's actually going to be really cool to see the differences, because obviously Jason, right? Jason is going to have the ability, like Quinn said, to analyze the enemy forces, and she's going to be able to maybe get in there without firing a shot, which is certainly something that I think would be pretty cool. Alright, so this is where we actually get to choose Jason. As you see, Quinn does have the suggestion to use Jason's power to see into the hearts of the enemy and identify the insecure ranks, and that's exactly what we're going to do this time.
I want Jason's insights on the battlefield.
Very good, my lord. That leaves Pierce and Vet to handle the power station demolition and the spaceport sabotage. If the traps and mines that protect the power station aren't circumvented in time, you'll be under...
Lieutenant, take out that power station.
Done.
Unless Vet and Moff Herden's technicians can lock the spaceport force field in time, you'll face Ferrer's reinforcements inside the base.
Not exactly my forte, but I'll do the best I can.
Assaults have been assigned, my lord.
Let's get this war started.
Today, we fight as one.
If that doesn't end...
Good luck, my lord.
Don't worry.
Right, okay, so I'm not entirely sure if I've picked the right person for the hacking thing, but I thought that Vet was a hacker. Is she not like a slicer person or something? Is she not really good with technology or whatever? Oh well, whatever the case, I don't really mind about the other things. As long as we have Jason with us, we can see what happens differently this time around. And otherwise, we're here back with Lord Shathan, and we've already done his quest. We didn't reset that.
Darth Gravis, it appears we're ready.
I disabled the Republic's shields. It's all up to THANA now.
I killed them all. Didn't even break a sweat.
Fantastic work, both of you. We must act quickly before the Republic deploys reinforcements. Lord Shathan, begin the attack.
At once, my lord.
The final battle for Taris has begun. If we are to demolish this planet, you and THANA must join forces.
I've been looking forward to some one-on-one time.
I'll help, Gravis, if only to prepare for the day I strike you down.
Splendid. Your mission is twofold. Blow up the Republic spaceport and eliminate the leader of their reconstruction efforts, a powerful Jedi Master named Serek.
Such a loss will be devastating. The entire galaxy will take note.
What better way to drive them off than humiliation by defeat? Once Master Serek falls, the Republic will be forced to abandon Taris. The spaceport's destruction will block their reinforcements and trap the doomed survivors here.
Darth Gravis, the attack's underway. Republic transports are in orbit, headed for their spaceport.
They're trying to flee. If we don't kill Master Serek now, he'll return with a full occupation force.
I'll remove Serek and end his pathetic reconstruction.
Be careful. That Jedi knows he's fighting for more than himself. Infiltrate the Republic base. Disable the spaceport's safety measures. Then meet THANA in the lower levels. Only together can you destroy the Republic's dreams.
And don't keep me waiting.
If you get the chance, take out the Republic's assault cannons. They're making life painful for our boys.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, she still seems very cold. I'm not sure what would have happened if we were dark side here, because I don't think I've actually ever. I mean, this is the Taris planet mission, right? And I don't think I've ever done this. I maybe I don't know. I can't remember. But whatever the case, if I have done it, I'm most likely going to have done it on a different character that is not Darkside, potentially, because, let's face it, as I said to you before, I mostly played when there was a 12 times experience bonus for class story missions, and there was no need to do the planet ones. Okay, so we're here once again. Let's see what actually changes when we use Jacer instead of Pierce.
All alert. The enemy is sighted. Sith, you are massively outnumbered. You will not invade General Ferrer's headquarters. Turn away at once.
Jacer, use your power and scan Ferrer's forces for the weak link.
Right away, my lord. I sense much strength and conviction in most of these men. Wait. There. An entire column of soldiers who are forced to be here. Concentrate the attack on them and they will run.
Lead the assault against the conscripts, Jacer. Make them flee.
Men, follow me! Attack!
Conscripted scum. We still have numbers. All attack!
Alright, so basically it changes it in a very minor way, doesn't it? Yeah. It changes it in a super minor way, which isn't that impactful, but I still think it's actually kind of cool to see the differences, because obviously beforehand we had to fight multiple extra enemies, and in general I feel like that is actually quite a common thing, quite a common situation to experience in the game, where there are a lot of options that basically say, are you going to be fighting double the amount of enemies, or are you going to be fighting, you know, one? That's basically how things go here.
My lord, I have updates from the other fronts. Unfortunately, there has been some trouble at the power station. Lieutenant Pierce couldn't find his way past the power station's traps and mines. I'm sorry to report that Ferrer's command center still has power.
I should have assigned someone better trained for disarming traps and mines.
I assume responsibility as well, my lord. In retrospect, I realize I should have advised that Vet be sent. This means the base's security systems will be operational as you invade. So, you'll be facing Ferrer's elite guard, as well as constant automated turret fire. What's worse, the spaceport strike has also met with failure.
Did Vet survive the assault?
She is alive, my lord. Vet was outmatched trying to hotwire the Republic systems and sabotage the spaceport force field controls. We should have realized that Pierce's familiarity with Republic systems here on Taris made him the logical choice.
I should have known to assign Pierce.
Luckily, we suffered no serious casualties. Now, with the spaceport force field still functioning normally, Ferrer's reinforcements will be able to join him inside. So, your route to the General will be that much more difficult.
There's nothing I can't handle.
I have great faith in that. There's no time to lose, my lord. Ferrer's command center awaits. Good luck.
Ah, there it is. There it is. Yes, exactly as I anticipated. Yeah, kind of, to a certain degree. Because obviously, as you heard, Vet said, oh, it's not exactly my forte. And in general, yeah, I was kind of suspecting that I made the wrong decision when it came to that. So these turrets would be completely disabled if I had done the correct option. I gotta say, I feel like they should have probably provided us with a little bit more information. But I should have known, really. I should have known, because Vet, as we've always known her, is very good at disarming things. Very good at finding traps and you know, hidden mechanisms and so on and so forth. Always very good at that. And yet, I now made a decision where she's doing something completely different out of her comfort zone. And that's indeed the reason. So, I only have myself to blame, and yeah, there you go. But we do get to see a slightly more difficult outcome here. Oh, that was simple. Hello.
It's time for you to join the rest of the War Trust, Ferrer.
Quite the contrary. After you took down my fellows, I knew my only chance was to delay you. And my gambit has paid off. I bought enough time for my technicians to solve how to stabilize Seantide cells of any kind. The future is upon us, Sith, and you have the privilege of bearing witness.
Enemy sighted. Weapon systems targeted and locked.
I've handled war droids before.
Not like these, you haven't. Seantide technology increases the strength of whatever it powers tenfold. The Republic fleet and arsenal will make your weapons obsolete. The Empire will have no choice but to surrender, which you should do now.
It is you who should surrender, General.
And let the Empire gain this technology? Never. Droids, full assault!
Engaging all weapons.
Okay, fine. I was actually kind of hoping that we'd have a slightly different option here, but I don't think it really matters. I think that they generally are going to probably do that every single time, no matter what. So, not really anything to worry about here. This thing is absolutely going ham on me right now. This is hilarious. As you can quite clearly tell, it doesn't seem to really be doing too much. Because, obviously, we do have Jason to heal us a massive amount.
You are beaten, General.
I can't believe it. All this work. All this death. For naught. I wish I could sit around and discuss where I went wrong. But a good leader always has an exit strategy.
Not so fast, General. I thought you might try to run.
This is the end for you, Ferrer.
I surrender. I expect to be afforded the treatment promised to prisoners in the Treaty of Coruscant.
No harm will come to you, General.
Yes, well, I will gladly take the General into custody. Congratulations on the success of your mission. Taking down the War Trust is an incredible victory. It is clear you are the future of the Empire, and I hope you will count me among your closest allies.
I may call on you someday, Herden. Your unquestioned obedience will be expected.
Well, yes, of course. You can count on that. As a show of support, I place Lieutenant Pierce under your command. He will be invaluable in your domination of the galaxy.
Works for me. Done what I can here on Taris. Glad you're willing to let me go, Herden.
You're meant for greater things, Lieutenant. With me, you will fulfill your destiny.
You won't be disappointed.
Lieutenant Fallin, I will brief you on how things work here when we are back on the ship.
Can't wait.
Oh, he's not pleased. He is so not pleased to be working with Quinn. And I don't know, I can't say I blame him too much. Quinn is a little bit too much of a stickler for the rules for my liking. Is there a way that I can actually turn this off, you know, in a permanent state? Because it feels to me like she is consistently turning this back on after every single cutscene. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm actually wondering, is there something I can do here? No. No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that maybe we could do something with that. Companions do not gain any statistical bonuses from equipment. Oh, that's nice. That's actually a pretty cool difference. Let me see here. Ooh. That looks pretty cool. I don't know whether I should really do that, though, because then we don't see her hair. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, fine. Well, just leave it. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't actually know why why this thing keeps turning itself back on every single time I exit a cutscene. Because this is the thing, by the way. Thank you very much to the person that actually told me about this. This is the thing that is causing my target to change whenever I'm in combat, because my companion uses this ability and then the game automatically just, you know, changes my target so that I don't break the CC or crowd control. And yeah, that's the main issue. Alright, nice and easy. We're at the spaceport security terminal. And that was it. Okay. Always those situations. I always go like, oh yeah, this is that John Travolta meme, you know that GIF, that meme where, you know, he's just looking around. It's from Pulp Fiction originally, but the you know that GIF where he's just looking around and he's like, where do I go now? What am I doing here? You know, sort of thing. And those situations where I come back after a cut. And I'm saying, oh yes, we're going to interact with this thing now, and then we don't get anything actually happening because obviously, you know, it's not always going to do a cutscene. So I always find that very, very amusing. Anyway, THANA is probably going to be attacked, and this is going to be our last opportunity to, shall we say, romance her. I don't actually think that is going to happen at this point. I think you'd probably have to be dark side all the way to be able to impress her, or maybe she is just not romanceable at all. Oh wow, okay, she actually got herself captured. Alright, I wasn't expecting that. I actually thought she was going to be having this guy dead to rights or something, but no, she is at their mercy.
I had them under control.
Your form was perfection. Show me a few of your best moves.
Keep your eyes off me and on these Republic dogs. Since you finally disabled the Republic's safety measures, I can force their power grid to go critical and... What? Ugh! The spaceport's set to blow, but those blasted Jedi installed a failsafe. Let's find Sarek and rip the override code from his dead hands.
Alright, okay, that was a pretty funny one. That was actually very funny because Jason literally approved. I think that's funny. I actually really like when companions show a little bit of extra personality, because obviously, as you may have seen so far, Jason has been maybe not so much showing her personality that much, right? I mean, she has been saying some stuff here and there, but she's been pretty quiet, and she has indeed acted very much like the, you know, like the light side person that she is, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's funny. I like that. All right, so we fought with THANA all the way here, and now all we need to do is find a way through the door. I assume this is going to play out in a cutscene.
Calm the evacuees. The transports will be ready any moment now. The Republic will not lose Terrace.
Terrace's reconstruction dies here, with you.
Finally, the intruders show themselves.
I'm going to enjoy killing you, Serek.
Darth Gravis is amazingly predictable. This is a trap, and you walked right into it. The evacuation transports that arrived weren't empty. They brought friends, ready to defend Terrace. Perhaps you're familiar with them?
You'd need an entire fleet of reinforcements to take me down.
I think we'll do just fine. This is it! Defend Terrace with your lives!
Alright, okay. This is kind of interesting, actually. I mean, we did have to fight with THANA all the way here, which I personally think is pretty cool. I actually really like that kind of thing because usually you don't really get to fight alongside the NPCs. Usually they don't take a... you know how it is in games, right? You know, they don't usually take a direct line. Usually what they're going to do is they're going to move a couple of steps and then they're literally just going to disappear and they're going to port to the next location because that's just how games work, right? But it's actually pretty cool to see that THANA actually didn't do that this time, and indeed we had the opportunity to see her in combat. She actually has a full array of combat abilities that she's been using alongside us here, which I very much appreciate. I like that. Anyway, we've got a couple more Jedi Masters here. We're going to be, actually, they actually give us a good amount of experience, hilariously enough. I'm not entirely sure if is it viable, actually, to grind in this game in comparison to doing questing. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but I actually wonder whether it's viable to level that way. Because theoretically, you could go to pretty much any planet you wanted, and then you could, you know, just fight enemies. You could just fight enemies the entire time, and you could probably get some pretty decent experience. As you saw right there, we got about 3,000 experience for both of those guys behind me, and that's quite a lot. That's 6,000. We're getting 25,000 per quest that we're doing here. And if you think about that, that's only 2 enemies, right? And we killed those in, what, under 10 seconds? Under 15 seconds or something like that? And a whole quest does take quite a lot longer. So, very much depends, I suppose, if you have a good supply of enemies. He is actually dead. Wow. Okay, I'm super surprised. I thought we'd have the opportunity to, keep him alive or something, but no.
Too bad there aren't more of them. I was just getting warmed up. And what do we have here? Ah, Serek's failsafe code. Just punch this in, and there. The power grid's overloading. So long, Republic.
I know a nice private ship where we can enjoy the sight.
Well, I suppose if there was ever a time for celebration... Wait a second. Those transports that brought Serek's backup, they're loaded with civilians. They're actually trying to open the hangar. They'll escape the explosion.
Open the hangar. They've already lost enough.
You really know how to sap the joy out of a good massacre. The hangar's open. And there they go. What a waste. Anyway, this place is about to explode. Much as I'd like to see you disintegrated, I suggest you run. Or stay, see if I care.
The galaxy's a big place. Try not to get killed.
I can take care of myself just fine.
Well, I hate to burst her bubble, but she can't really. She can't really take care of herself. It's quite funny though. She was actually going to accept our invitation. Did you see that? She was literally going to accept our invitation to come to our ship and to watch the fireworks, so to speak. And I am infinitely annoyed now that that did not happen, because I think I think it would have been amusing, you know? I think it would have been very, very amusing to see what kind of interactions we'd have in a less business-like environment. You know, quote-unquote, business-like, you know what I mean? And I just wonder what a character like that would be doing with someone like us, who is obviously very much light side based. And I think the best thing about this whole thing is that we didn't kill THANA. And this is another one of those times where I say to you, this is exactly the reason why I think playing a light side Sith is more interesting than, well, I shouldn't actually say light side Sith. I should be saying light side character, because basically anyone that's playing light side is probably going to be, I mean, maybe not a Jedi so much, because it's kind of expected that they are, you know, good and paragons of innocent people and so on and so forth, and defenders of the weak and you know, all that stuff. However, the way that we're playing it right now, we leave a lot of people alive, and that's a lot of loose ends. And who knows, maybe we're going to see THANA in the future. I have a bad feeling that maybe we're not going to see her again, and that would be a bit of a shame, because she was actually just starting to, you know, thaw a little bit. She was pretty cold to us pretty much the entire time. So anyway, let's wrap this up.
Zerek's gone and his spaceport is in flames.
Excellent. Those assault cannons hit my men hard, but they're pushing back to take the base. Darth Gravis will want to hear the details.
That I do. But first, I want to personally thank our champion. With Master Zerek's death, this planet's reconstruction will crumble. The civilians who escaped will spread news of his defeat. Soon, Taris will be completely ruined. A tribute to the power of the Sith, the Empire, and you.
As it should be.
Your victory will be long remembered. With the Republic crushed, we can destroy this planet in peace, especially now that THANA's gone on to torment another world. Thanks to your actions, Taris will stand as a shining testament to the Empire's supremacy. And like Darth Malak, you'll be remembered as the Sith responsible for securing this planet's destruction.
Oh, okay. That was it? Really? Oh, okay. And Jason actually greatly approved in one of those light side options, and we only got 780 influence. I was actually thinking we'd get a lot more than that, but apparently not. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.